Okay, we're going live. We are going live. I got my head cut off, but listen, I messed with this thing like 12 times, so we're just going to lower my chair a little bit so my head comes into the picture. So it's great, right? It's great. Okay. You little booger. See what happens? You have to lock your screen. I locked my screen. I locked my screen. Hi. Are you now you're following me instead of stop that. Stop that. This camera is a pain in the butt because stay. Stay. It doesn't want to stay. It likes to follow me. Hello. What is this? Why are these things coming up? I have pop-ups. This is not okay. Not okay. Okay, so tonight we are going to be killing some of my scraps. And I'm not really a scrappy person, so I prepped. And I really wish that my camera were way more cooperative and I could show you the fact that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows of 2.5-inch strips right here. But whenever I do these things like this, see, look, there it is. There they are. It gets a little angry with me. And now, look, it cut off my head again. So whatever. So we're going to work with this triangles on a roll 9-inch jelly braid paper by It's So Emma. This is $18.98 for 50 feet. Now, by my calculations, 9 inches. How much do we want? Like a 72-inch by 9 means 8. So if I want to do 50, divided by 8, I'm going to get 6. What was I doing? What math was I doing? 9 inches. So I need 8 strips. 8 of them divided by 50 gives me 6.25. That's not enough. That's not enough. So we're just going to roll with it. If we have to end up putting a sashing down the middle, we might have to do that. But this is how it comes. So this is triangles on a roll. And it is literally on a roll. And there's 50 feet here. So we're going to see how much we can get done in an hour. And I pre-cut for the last hour. Literally chopped scraps in pieces. I don't really know how this is going to work with this roll thing. Like, I feel like there should be some better management for the roll. But we're going to try it. We're going to try it. And see how it goes. So, I ironed everything. But I don't know how we can iron, like, we're going to see. We're going to see how this works. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. The first piece is always the hardest. It's always the hardest. You know, this is a really lot of paper. I'm not certain. I'm not certain about this. Like, this is a lot to manage. So stay tuned and see what we think. And I lowered my stitch length and I locked my screen so that you can't. And I got my iron on over here. We'll iron, but again, like, this is kind of heavy. Like, we're managing some business here. Seriously. All right. Alrighty then. Huh. Okay. So, you know what I need? I don't think I have. It's a little tiny pressing mat so that I can press on my table here, because this moving this back and forth stuff is just really going to be, whoa, a lot. We are making triangles on a roll. We're going to do this triangles on a roll. But it's a lot to manage. This seems a little bit crazy. It's a 9-inch roll. You got to flip it back and forth to like do the things. Maybe after we get a couple of rows in, it'll be like that. Did you see that? Like this is going to be tricky, I feel. Stop it. We're gonna figure it out though, because hopefully after we get going and get some management techniques and we don't twist the paper until it tears, this will be a good choice. We're keeping our fingers crossed here. Either way, I cut up a whole lot of scraps in an hour, and hopefully this works, because that would be just great, right? Okay. Hi, Pat. We're doing It's So Emma's Triangles on a Roll, and we're definitely learning how to manage the 50-foot roll of paper. There were no tips for that, BTW. No tips for that. I have a young lady who is turning 13, and I felt like, that's a big birthday, and I need something like really fast. Hi, Joyce. So we are going to see how much of a quilt 50 feet makes. I'm loving the colors already. Look at these purples. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, so, and I have all these fabrics cut here. This is the package, so it's Triangles on a Roll, the 9-inch jelly braid paper. And that's what we're trying. It's $18.99 on our web, $18.98, $18.99, something like that on our website. We have it. If I were more organized like Donna, I would have the project picked out the week before, and I would do all the things, but I am not Donna. Alas, I am not Donna. That is not my jam. I fly by the seat of my pants, and you're just gonna have to hang in there if you want to hang out. It would help if I make sure that I have my piece on straight. Okay. This is thinner paper than some of the paper piecing, but not quite as thin if you did the paper rose with us. It's not quite as thin as that. But it is, oh my gosh, this is going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty. I'm going to love this. You need to throw in a little white every now and then. Remind me to throw in a little bit of like a light color in the middle every now and then. It's already pretty. We're making a 9-inch jelly braid, Triangles on a Roll jelly braid. Oops, that one I cut a little short. Oh well. So we are making Triangles on a Roll 9-inch jelly braid paper. There's 50 yards. And so this roll of paper is intense. And so we're going to see how we can manage that. I think I got it kind of figured out here. So we're gonna roll with it. It said to cut 9 inches by 2.5-inch pieces of fabric. So I went through my scrap bin and very quickly cut a gajillion of them. And we're just gonna stitch along and see if we can manage. Ah, let's see how long it takes to aggravate me so much so that we don't do this project anymore. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I need a quilt in a hurry for a sweet little girl who's turning 13. Well, so theoretically you can, but then you lose your braid, so where do you cut it? Do you see that pile right there? You see that pile? No, I didn't use hardly any of these scraps. That pile's crazy. And that's only half of it. The other pile's on the floor over here. I went through the whole batik bin to find all the blues and teals and greens that we could so that we could make pretties. So, this is where we are. We did not use nearly enough scraps, but oh man, it's pretty. And we're just gonna roll with it. Literally. We're literally gonna roll with it. You knew it? You knew I wouldn't use very many? I know. Please do not download while we are trying to visit here. You knew it. Yes, you were right. Is that what you need to hear? You were right. You were right. Now everybody likes to hear that. This is a little tricky, y'all. So we're just gonna, this is a little tricky. Like, for real. Because see, now my little lineup spot here is a little bit cattywampus. Maybe if I was at the store and I had these big tables to just let the whole thing roll off the table, that would be good. Okay, that's good. We're good. It's gonna be fine. Everything is gonna be alright. Okay. Alright. I'm getting it. We're getting it. We're getting it. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there. This is something new. This is something new. I've never done this big of a piece of a paper before. You saw that scrap in. I know. I'm a little bit much. Okay, but we can go this way with that, and this way with that, and all is working. Oh, these are going to be so pretty. Does it really matter if they match? Like, look at that. Oh, that's very pretty. Okay, so the important thing is just making sure the fabric is laying down properly whenever you start to sew, and then we'll just keep going. We're just going to keep going. I have a line up here. The line up. The hardest part is that top corner, because you don't want it to fold under when you're trying to position the paper. I wonder if it would be better if you had like put on a roll up there. Like on a paper towel roll or something, maybe? Isn't there a game tonight? I think that's why my husband is MIA. We can start taking bets on, one, whether or not I will tear this paper, and two, whether or not it will aggravate the heck out of me and I will discontinue the projects. I love these colors though, so, you know, I don't know. This may have to happen just because look at how pretty this is. Like, I am a fan. I hope she loves it. Although I did not find as many dark colors as I wanted to, like, break it up a little and throw in some value to it. I love that the papers are numbered and it's super easy. So, or the spots are numbered. So this is number 1 of the next braid, and then the next one's number 2, and it's just pretty simple. So, all right, we're gonna get this, guys. We're gonna get this. So, what are y'all working on? Oh no, we're losing. I don't want to hear that. Then he's gonna come in a grouchy mood. We're gonna win. Well, period. Oh my word, that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Okay, jelly braid. Oh, this is gonna be. This is pretty cool, guys. And then what? You could like just put a little strip between your braids, or not, and just have a completely scrappy thing. And I don't know how I do with that, but look at that. That is so pretty. It's very pretty. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. These are all batiks, I believe. There might be one that snuck in there that wasn't. I'm not one of those. I like to mix fabrics. My first APP project, I mixed batiks and quilting cottons, and I think it looked great. I may be a little biased, but listen, pause, downloads for a minute. 30 minutes. End of the first period. Okay. Nope. Nope. I'm going to do it. We're going to finish this. Oh, these are so pretty. Nope. I think longer, Gretchen, because they're so pretty. That's gorgeous. I think eventually the paper will get tired of me and just give up the fight. Okay, now what color are we on to? Ooh, we're going to do a light color, but I forgot to cut them. So hold please. The Little Mermaid quilt is ready for the long arm. So I had 2 quilts that had a time limit in front of it. So this will go on the mermaid quilt will go on the long arm. Look at this. Isn't that fun? It's got a little bit of a gold tingy to it. There's really no front and back sometimes, you know? Okay, make sure we're covering the thing. All right. I'm just going to get all threaded. Look, I wore the right color today. It matches. I don't like these glasses. Merman fabric. Yes. Merman fabric. Exactly. Mermaid. Merman. Oh, Janice. We're doing jelly braid, triangles on a roll, the 9-inch jelly braid paper. And we're seeing how quickly we can use up scraps to make a quilt for a young lady who's got a birthday coming up. And it's one of those special birthdays, you know. You got 16 and then you got 13. You're turning 13. I don't know, Gretchen. I think maybe I'm going to have to give it a little longer than just 30 minutes. Yes. So, Joy, do you paper piece at all? Foundation paper piece? Foundation paper piecing, you stitch on the paper. I do a lot of it, so stay tuned and, you know. This is the back of the paper. This is the front where I'm stitching on the guidelines here. And this is what you end up with as you sew. This one is a roll, which I have never done before, so I'll try it. And then I have like a bunch of projects going that are foundation pieced otherwise. This one's fun. It's got little dots in it. And I had some really fun fabrics in that bin. I had to find my other bin for the right colors. My first choice bin was a little bit full. I'm going to have a little bit wider seam allowances on this one because I'm not trimming after each one, but that is what, just making sure. Now we gotta unroll a little more paper. I could go this way, that would be better. A little less stress. Okay, we're stitching on this line. We gotta find out where I am. Thank you. When we're all set, we do take the paper off. I stitch at a lower stitch length, so my stitch length right now is 1.4 because I don't want to mess with it for too long. It really perforates the paper before you're done sewing. So like this piece at the bottom here, it just tears right off. It just perforates it first. Gretchen's betting on me for getting annoyed after about 30 minutes. So it does seem tougher than I thought it would. I really thought I would have ripped it by now, to be honest. Because I'm a little bit impatient, you know. I wish I brought home one of the other rollers. I bought for the shop these big rollers, seam rollers that we could have used. Probably would have worked a little better. Okay, there we go. And then you don't have to iron every stitch. You do dull your needle more often whenever you paper piece. So you have to change your needle every now and then. Thanks, Joyce. What are you working on? Yeah, it is what it is. I think it might get tougher the longer it gets, but I mean, if we get to like 6, 7 feet long, we can cut it and keep going. We have 50 feet, and I would like the quilt to be 7 feet, so I can do 7 rows of 9, so that'll be 63 by 84, right? Am I wrong? Oh, that is nice. Okay. Now we're, ooh, look at this one. Those ones are pretty. You should have seen some people made the sugar beet quilts, petal top pillow. Say that 5 times fast. Today they did a great job. There were some really pretty colors. Some people used our kits because, you know, time management. And other people brought their own fabrics, and there were some really fun fabrics there today. There were really some really fun fabrics. I'm just trying to move this one over a little because my seam is a little big on that one. Let's go with it. Hopefully it works. They're working on a Halloween early. Halloween. I know someone said fall quilt today. Oh, that was Donna this morning on Facebook Live. And let me just tell you, she says, "Oh, because fall's coming." No, it's not. Nope. No, ma'am. No. No, no. We don't talk about fall until at least we've had a week of 90-degree days. You know, you're like, you could cut that. Yes, I could. I could cut it if it got to be a royal pain in the butt. But I really wanted to try because this one video showed it as a continuous roll and they showed how long it was. And I think that that would be really fun. I may not be able to be successful in that, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. It's a valid effort. Because they really did, and they unrolled it outside, and I thought that looked really cool. I'd really like to do that. So there's a little bit of extra motivation to keep it all in one piece. Oh, that is so pretty. That's so pretty. I love it. Okay, see, look, we did half an hour. Did good things. Oh, this is one of my favorite colors. This one is one of my favorites. These flowers, pretty. It is nice that it's a little bit staticky in here, so that this is kind of staying here. I wonder if they rolled it up and maneuvered it with the whole thing, if that would be a better choice. I don't know. What do you think? We're going to try. Oh, you're almost done with the t-shirt quilts? Good job. Those are not my favorites. So not my favorites. I don't really enjoy long arming them. Excuse me. Because they're heavy on my long arm. And sometimes you have problems with tension and, yeah, not really tension so much as needles and seam allowance and management of that and stretchiness. And so, obviously. Okay. Now what color did we do? Oh, we did this beautiful one. Oh, can we do that one again? We got polka dots. Do we think this is enough? That one's tight. What do you think? That is going to be real close, girls. Real close. Okay, we're going to be good. It's going to be fine. Your class project. Oh, did you get to come in and see? Or did we put it online? Who knows? This keeps... we're gonna do, how do we do this? Can we pause this? Pause. Pause. 2 hours. My thing keeps popping up. Make a UPS color quilt. If I make a UPS colored quilt, I will have to give it to Donna to gift to the human that it would be receiving it, honestly. That would be funny. I think your comment earlier made her blush, Mata. Mm-hmm. I forgot that this machine is set up to allow me to kick back and raise the foot pedal. That would have helped speed things along. Look at how pretty that is. That's going to be so fun. So fun. Such a fun color quilt. I think managing the roll is important. We might have to roll it up on the other end too when we're done. Okay. That did not stay, but it did not move far, so we're good. And just start rolling it up. I got some clippies. We can clip it. I don't see where my clippies went, but I have this magnet here. Oh my gosh, I found these Tula heart magnets somewhere. I did a little bit of shop hopping on Saturday. Has everybody been shop hopping? How many have you gone to? What's your favorite? Ours, of course. And then, what do you want to talk about? And what have you seen that you really like? Are you shop hopping, Janice? Oh man, I really do like this. We're gonna have to suffer through it. Okay. Oh my goodness, this next color is amazing. My fingers don't want to pick it up though. Look at this one. How fun is that for a kid? I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, if we could just figure out how to not have to flip it and turn it and do all the things, we could do it this way. By the time I'm done with this, I will have this down, and then you'll have to come back and watch it just to know how to manage your quilt, your fabric and everything. And the roll, of course. Oh, we are golden. 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 Oh, no, that's not good. Not good at all. You know, if I had a little iron or press mat right here, that would be great. I have. I really thought I saw my roller earlier today. But I don't see it. Because if I had a seam roller, I wouldn't have to, I wouldn't have to press it every time. make this faster somehow. Okay, here's what we're doing. Instead of moving the paper everywhere, we're just going to press it here. We're just going to press it here. Okay, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay, this could work better. We're not like flipping all the ways. This could work. This could work. I am going to Rochester's Genesee Valley Quilt Show at RIT. So if you get a chance to come up and say hi, please do. It'll be fun. There's supposed to be so many beautiful quilts there. So many. And lots of vendors and lots of beautiful quilts to look at. And lots of things to see. I've never been there, so I'm kind of excited to go and see what I can see out there. Also, I just took off the long arm a quilt that was donated to Quilts of Valor to raffle off to raise funds for their purchase of fabric and batting. Batting is one of the most expensive things. We get a lot of donations for the Quilts of Valor group for fabric, but we don't always get a lot for batting, so most of their money goes for batting and backing when they do get donations. Oh, I am excited. I am excited. And I will have a Nova there because I have been trying to build that today. That was super fun. It's like the erector sets, the old-fashioned like Lego, before Lego erector sets. That is in a Nova frame. And as I've never put one together before, so this is going to be an interesting endeavor. But I got all the pieces for this particular frame out of the box. And so we're going to give it a go. Do you think I'm going to roll this back up? But this, keeping the other roll at that end is working much better. So if this is something you'd like to try, this is definitely one that you either want pins or clips for. Oh, there's my clips. They're way over there. You see them. Those are going to be better. It's a better choice to use the clips. Use the clips. Where's my big clips? I have some big clips. Those would be better. See if I burn my face on my iron. I burned my arm once. I don't recommend it. 10 out of 10. Haley got me a really nice set of big clips. They're around here somewhere. For Christmas one year. It's definitely a great gift for a quilter. So, you know, if you have a day or a gifty day coming up and your significant other needs a little bit of help finding the perfect gift for you, send them our way. We'd be happy to help them shop for you. Call ahead of time and let us know what you want. We didn't have very many Mother's Day gift card purchases this year, which is unusual. Very unusual now that I think of it. Look at that colors. Do you guys ever just get excited when you're doing a project and you're just like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful? Or is it just me? It could just be me. I'm a little bit weird that way. That worked. BTW. That worked. I did cut mine a little longer. This is definitely not a Fabric Miser's preferential way of quilting. So if you are someone who just really likes to preserve every square inch of fabric, this is not for you. This is not for you. But if you need a good excuse to get rid of some scraps, maybe there's some extra pieces that go in the garden or go in the filling bin so you can use it for stuffing for another project. There's no judgment here. But this is definitely working better. Uh-oh. Oh no. Well, it would have been working better, except that I have to unsew for the first time this hour, guys. Oh, fabric door. My seam ripper was too sharp. Oh my goshes. Oh my goshes. That's terrible. Oh my goodness. That's so sad. So sad. Why did I do that? Because I'm on a soft surface? Oh my goodness. Again, this must be a really sharp seam ripper. Ugh, lame. As long as I don't cut the bottom fabric, we're okay. I don't have to unsew more. Okay. Take two. I did not cut the bottom fabric. I have lots of this one, so that's good, right? Make sure it goes all the way to the end before you flip it and sew it. Make sure it goes all the way to the end. You could use a little piece of glue if it gets crazy. You could use a little bit of glue on the top. It is there this time. It is there. Okay. Take two. The little fabric does make me giddy. Oh my goodness. I had a new lady in the store today. Her name was Sally, and she was standing at the Tula aisle just like this. And I was like, I found my people. She was so excited. It was so cute. And she's like, what? Yes. Oh, that is so close. That was almost a disaster, but we're gonna roll with it because we're just gonna roll with it. Okay. And we're gonna stitch that really close to that next line. Oh my gosh. Okay, we are on to another row of these. The mermaid quilt or fabric. Tulle fabric it's just fun. Honestly. I think I want this glue. Don't run with the seam ripper. I don't generally run with anything sharp. I do try to tell my kid that. I think she thinks I'm just being mean. I'm using a little bit of glue because I got real close to the stitch line on the last one. So I'm going to use a little bit of glue because it's getting a little heavier to flip. So we're gonna glue it. It stays while I flip it. And that will make everything a little bit easier. Okay. That's what the girls are doing, right? Okay, look at that. Good, good. I don't honestly know if I'm going to end up being able to do this all in one piece. I may have to take Joyce's advice and trim the papers because this is a lot. It's a lot to maneuver. I think an 8-foot piece of paper would be, or 7-foot piece of paper would be way easier to manage. All right, now we are going to sew on this line so well. We're going to do a great, great job. And we're going to sew inside that line because it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Wonder how many feet we got done. So I'm using Roxanne's glue-based stick right now to kind of glue this down. But I usually like to use the Acorn Precision Piecing. Roxanne's is a much stouter glue. And I don't use it if I'm gluing paper because it is very, very good at its job. I got it. Did it. So I was off a little bit on that last one. And what I did was I stitched a little bit inside the seam line on that so that I could make sure to grab that. So we're just about, we got a few more minutes before our hour's up. Let's see how much we got done. We did not get done as much, but we got done a lot for managing chaos. I mean, this is a lot of chaos. But definitely helped when you rolled it. So that was a big help. I'm going to clip it back up. So that really helped. And keeping the paper back there and having the ironing situation on your sewing table. So I couldn't imagine really doing this without an extension table for this. So that is my 2 cents of advice if you would like to try this. Otherwise, plan out your quilt and cut your pieces and don't be silly like me. But I really do want to have a full length of it. It is really pretty. It is really pretty. And this has been a really fun way to play with scraps. Like this is, look at these. Aren't these beautiful? They're like all mermaid colors, Janice. They're like all mermaid colors. Only better thing would be if they were all purples, but this little one doesn't love purple as much as me. That's okay. That's okay. Not everybody can love purple as much as me. The next question is, will I run out of scraps that I cut before I get to the end? I don't know. I don't know about that. I may run out of a certain color and have to do a little bit different, but I don't know. I just can't non-iron. Okay, we made it to the end of my colorway. Oh, I forgot to cut this one. So we are starting over with the first color now, again, after this one. And then we're on to the first color all over again, which I think is great. So we did all of that in not repeating color, except for the white one with the mermaid, because it needed a little bit of a breakup. I do have another white that I can kind of intersperse in there, which I may cut some before too much longer so that I can put it in there with it and it won't be just in one strip, if that makes sense. So, honest review, the jury is out. I like the braid. I could probably do it on my own without the paper. It probably wouldn't look as nice. But I would probably cut it. So I may go and measure that and cut those out, even though I really want the one whole length. I do think it's a great scrap buster. And it's not so scrappy that it makes me stressed out, because I really don't do well with scrappy quilts. And I love that it told me what size to cut my scraps to make it. So that was a plus for me, because I could make sure I had enough pieces of that size. So I have literally 12 strips of fabric stacks here to make this guy. So we are, I'm back. I finished the one colorway in an hour. Let's see where that ends up at. Let's trim this. And it doesn't really have a whole lot of seam allowance. It says 1/4 inch, so if you don't get to the edge of that paper, I don't think you have a full 9 inches. I have a ruler right here. It's like, this is... Okay, so this paper is 10 inches wide. So you do have room for your seam allowance. Oh, I think it maybe would look like a larger chevron. No, because if we put this row one way and then the other row the other way, it would go farther up and down. So your chevron would be deeper. But this is what we got done. This is our colorway. Not too bad. Only half of a strip. Okay, I lied. That's like 2 feet. It's like 2 feet in an hour. So we have to give like 15 minutes for Fandangle messing around, because the paper was futzy. But it is so pretty. I really love this. I really do love this. And I think that it's going to be beautiful. And so I'm excited about that. So now I have to go continue sewing, because I have to have this done or I might have to take it with me to do in the hotel room this weekend. I have a hotel 2 nights. The roll is 50 feet long. So I think I'm going to do 7 strips, 7 feet. So that gives me 12 inches. So like 7 feet long strips. And then I think that'll be 9 times 7, 63 inches wide by 7 feet, 7 times 84, 63 by 84, right? I think so. So if my math is right, this is what we've got. So I'm super stoked. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you want to try it, we do have a couple at the shop. And I think it was worth it. It's a great way to use scraps. It is for those who don't love scraps. This girl. Generally, I don't do things with scraps because I can't handle how scrappy things look. It's not enough order to me. And I had the chance to do some order here. I really like that I put in a little bit of a break in the middle with these 2 lighter colors. But I mean, it's not really light it's lighter, yes, but it still has that boutique feel to it. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. That's what we think. Have a great night, guys. Go Sabres, and we'll see you later. Bye.